When Toyota decided to revive the AE86 spirit, they didn't get it wrong. But they didn't tell the full story either. Because the AE86 was never just one car. Welcome to this video, my name is Jesus and this is Driver's Addiction. When the AE86 was introduced in the early 1980s, Toyota never intended to create a legend. It wasn't a halo car, it wasn't marketed as a performance icon, it wasn't built to represent Toyota's motorsport future. It was actually just a plain Corolla. Lightweight, affordable, mass-produced. A normal economic car that happened to have rear-wheel drive, a high-revving engine, and a chassis that rewarded drivers who actually pushed it. The AE86 didn't become special because Toyota tried to make it special. It actually became special because people discovered what it could do. And that difference actually matters. In the United States, the story felt different because when the AE86 arrived in America, Toyota didn't call it Treno. Actually, they didn't even call it anything special. They call it just the Corolla GTS. No motorsports narrative, no cultural hype, no promise of greatness. Just another compact Japanese car in the market that didn't know what to do with lightweight balance. In the mid-1980s, American enthusiasts wanted horsepower. They wanted V8s, they wanted muscle cars. So the AE86 lived a quiet life over here. It got daily driven, it got modified cheaply, it got crashed, it got forgotten, and nobody realized what they had. If anything, the legend came too late. The tragedy is that the AE86 became legendary after it was already gone. Drifting hadn't reached the US yet, Keiichi Tsuchiya wasn't a household name, culture hadn't even arrived. But the American enthusiast understood what the AE86 truly was. And the car nobody wanted became the car that everybody missed. In Japan, the story unfolded differently. The AE86 became legendary largely because of drifting, and the drifting became visible because of Keiichi Tsuchiya. Tsuchiya didn't choose the AE86 because Toyota designed it to be a drift car. He chose it because it was light, predictable, affordable, and controllable at the limit. He showed what was actually possible. And the culture followed. Drifting didn't just elevate the AE86, it actually defined it. But here's a key point. Toyota didn't engineer the AE86 to be legendary. The legend was created after the car was already on the road. Because at that time, Toyota actually changed. The Corolla became Toyota's most important global product. Reliable, efficient, and it sold by the millions. The rear-wheel drive disappeared. It just became bland. Like Toyota was boring in the 2000s. That's why by the time the AE86 became a legend, the Corolla had already moved on. It wasn't until later years that Toyota had a different problem. Not a financial one, an emotional one. The Supra was gone, the Celica was gone, the MR2 was gone, and had lost its connection to driving enthusiasts. So Toyota started looking backwards, not to copy the AE86, but to understand why it mattered. That's when Toyota introduced the GT86. They were very deliberate. They didn't sell it as a successor to the Supra. They didn't chase horsepower numbers. They didn't market it as a modern muscle car. They sold it around the feel. Balance, lightweight, rear-wheel drive, driver involvement. The message wasn't, this is fast. The message was, this is actually fun. And you would actually get that from a lot of enthusiasts back then. Toyota wasn't trying to recreate the AE86 exactly. They were trying to recreate the experience. Now, how do enthusiasts receive the GT86? When the GT86 arrived, enthusiasts noticed immediately that people were excited. Toyota was actually finally back. And they praised the chassis, they praised the balance, they praised how the car felt when pushed, but they also questioned the power. That was like the hot topic back then. They questioned the engine, they questioned whether Toyota had gone far enough. Still, the GT86 did something incredibly important. It brought back Toyota into the enthusiast conversations. It wasn't perfect, but it was honest. Now, because of all the power controversy, Toyota actually listened, and they watched how people drove the car, they watched how people modified it, they watched what people criticized and what they defended. And over time, the car evolved. The GR86 didn't appear overnight. It was a result of refinement, feedback, and Toyota committing farther to driving feel. More torque, better response, more confidence. The GR86 isn't a new philosophy, it's a more confident version of the same idea. And today, the GR86 does an excellent job representing one specific part of the AE86 legacy. Part of the story is being told well, especially for the Treno. But even after all that, something was still missing. Not a spec, not a drivetrain, not a horsepower number. It's actually a name. Levin. The AE86 was never one identity. It was actually two personalities built on the same foundation. And here's something most people don't realize. When the AE86 was new, the Levin was actually the more common and more widely owned version. The Treno became iconic later to drifting culture, media, and nostalgia. Which means when we talk about honoring the AE86 today, we're usually only honoring half of it. Now, how can Toyota complete honoring the AE86? For decades, the Corolla wasn't part of the performance conversation, but today it is. The GR Corolla brought motorsports DNA back to the Corolla name. Toyota even drifted a Corolla hatchback in performance campaigns before the GR Corolla officially existed. The Corolla is back into the enthusiast world, and because of that, something important has changed. The GR86 already represents the Treno side of the E86 legacy beautifully. That role is filled. But if the Treno returned as a dedicated sports car, then the Levin can only return one way, through the Corolla. Not as a separate coupe, not as a replacement, but as a performance-focused Corolla, exactly like it once was. Maybe 11, I think 11 GR Apex wouldn't compete with the GR86. It will exist alongside it. One is a sports car, one is a Corolla, refined and sharpened, just like before. But now that the Corolla is back in the performance world, the Levin finally has a place to return on the Corolla platform, where it began. And actually, it's another way to honor the Corolla, because Corolla is where the AE86 started. The GR86 brought back the Treno as a sports car. 11 GR Apex built as a performance Corolla will bring the story full circle, because the AE86 was never just one car, it was actually two. Now, if you like this video, I invite you to subscribe, like this video, and share it. Please comment your opinion down below, because I will actually like to know what you guys think. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and see you guys in the next video.